conduct. Therefore, give up harsh words which are unpleasant to others. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Habitual disturbing emotions are hard to stop through counteractions. Armed with antidotes, the guards of mindfulness and mental alertness destroy disturbing emotions like attachment at once as soon as they arise. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. In brief, whatever you are doing, ask yourself, what's the state of my mind? With constant mindfulness and mental alertness, accomplish others' good. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. To remove the suffering of limitless beings, understanding the purity of the three spheres, dedicate the virtue for making such effort to enlightenment. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. For all who want to train on the bodhisattva path, I have written the 37 practices of bodhisattvas, following what has been said by the excellent ones on the meaning of the sutras, tantras, and treatises. Though not poetically pleasing to scholars, owing to my poor intelligence and lack of learning, I have relied on the sutras and the words of the excellent, so I think these bodhisattva practices are without error. However, as the great deeds of bodhisattvas are hard to fathom for one of my poor intelligence, I beg the excellent to forgive all faults such as contradictions and non sequiturs. Through the virtue from this, may all living beings gain the ultimate conventional altruistic intention, and thereby become like the protector Chenrezig, who dwells in neither extreme, not in the world nor in peace.
No.
Uh, Good morning, Khenpo.
Good morning.
I wanted to put one thought out there for all of us. You know, I can only reflect on my own experiences, which is like, some 16, 17, 18 years involved in what I generally call Western Buddhism, and then somehow having stumbled onto um, the Tibetans and the fullness, the Vajrayana, the Mahayana, um, and being humbled by how little I knew, um, and also joyful of this huge display of the conventional teachings, um, all these texts, all these. So I've been reading again a little bit. This Padmakara put out this text called Wisdom, Two Buddhist Commentaries. And they're commentaries by two Khenpos on, one's a Geshe, one Khenpo, on chapter 9 of Shantideva's Entering the Bodhisattva Path, Dalai Lama's favorite book, and what Khenpo has been teaching on here, um, um, bits and pieces. These two men were students of Patra Rinpoche, who was one of the great lamas of the 1800s. And, you spend 5 pages reading their discussion of one line in Shantideva, and you start to get a glimpse of the depths and also of our own misunderstandings. And the thought that occurred to me that I wanted to share this morning is that we have such a resource here because Khenpo is trained in this. And it also occurs to me that we need to somehow we've been relying on my daughters off and on, but they are difficult and distant. And we need to have some Tibetan translators for Khenpo.
It's Carrie.
Can you see? Because these teachings are wonderful. And yet to really go into the depths of them, well, I just feel like we have a resource here that we're not sufficiently plumbing. I would like to see that. So that's my aspiration going forward, that we would be able to sort of dig into Khenpo a little bit deeper with this. As the Buddha said, the Dharma is beautiful in the beginning, beautiful in the middle, beautiful in the end. So there's no problem. But at the same time, you read these texts and just with a little tip of the taste tongue, um, you just don't see anything that's more profound, or because it's so profound, completely inclusive. I've been reading also someone who's very moved by the Christian saint Augustine, and he was a scholar. He was invited to a nunnery to give a talk on this Christian saint, and the nuns were asking him, what church he belonged to, and he said, "Actually, I'm a secular Jew," and they all got amazed. And he said he didn't say Jew. He said, "I'm a secular." Um, and they were kind of shocked. And he said, "Well, you have to remember, those of you who know the Christian tradition, um, Saint Augustine was a philosopher and moved past that. Saint Paul was a Philistine and moved past that. And Mary Magdalene was bothered by demons, but somehow escaped all of that. So you can't criticize the path by which you come. The higher knowledge defeats the lower. And that gradual path presented by what we call Tibetan Buddhism, what we call Buddhism, is just extremely valuable and irreplaceable. Okay, sorry for my tongue flapping this morning.
Hello, hello. It's okay? Okay. Good morning, everybody. Prayer book, page 7. In the past 2-3 Sundays, we talked about Bhagavan, right?
Mm-hmm.
This real come from here, page number 7. Right? So we need to know why talking about that, how it's come from that words come up. So here, page number 7, we take refuge in we take refuge in the Buddha Bhagavans. This is a second what has come, holy Dharma. And third one is called noble Sangha. So with Buddha word Bhagavat, with Dharma English word what?
Yeah,
What?
teachings.
No. This moment, I'm talking about this moment. Bhangava, what is a Buddha Bhangava, right? And what word is come with Dharma? Here, look here.
Oh.
Holy, exactly. And then last, what is Sangha? With Sangha, what is word? English. Noble. So therefore, this is really reason. So with that comes, that's word. You understand? Huh? If there are no reason, then why they say holy Dharma?
Mm-hmm.
You need to know holy, what does it mean? You need to know noble, what is the Sangha? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? So therefore, I'm just a little bit, how to say, short explain that to you, not going through detail. Holy means, okay? Only you think this moment they're talking about the three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. We're taking refuge, right? So this moment, Bhagavat, we have done already, and that today is holy Dharma. Holy means, according to Tibet text, this holy means only Buddha. The real meaning is Buddha Dharma. You understand? Actually, in Tibet, this word Thamba, so many different word meanings, I mean. But this moment, holy means, holy is Buddha, and Dharma is Buddha Dharma, or Buddha's Dharma, right? In English, holy is very, very high word, right?
Yes.
So many, his holiness,
Yeah.
right? And holy place in the California, did you go there? Holy word.
Hollywood.
You know the same,
No,
Hollywood.
that's a little different.
Huh? No, this is name is Holly, huh?
But no, it's different. It's Holly.
Oh, this is a little different?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that this is a
It's
name.
a tree.
Huh?
It's a tree. There's a holly tree.
Holly tree.
And so
So
they
that
have it.
means that holly and this holly, what is different?
Well, holy is like you say,
Yeah.
Holy, sacred, high,
Right, that's why.
pure. Whereas holly is the name of a tree.
No, same spell,
No, different spelling.
different spellers. Okay.
Two L's and a Y.
Two L's
And a Y.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So this is actually excellent things, right? Holy place
Holy place.
and a holy word.
No, Hollywood just means there were trees there.
Oh, okay.
Whole holly trees were growing there.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that spell. I thought it holy word
Right.
is the same meaning. But anyway, now it's holy, his holiness and a holy place.
Yeah.
The pilgrimage holy place, right?
Yeah, right.
So this old moment is a holy, this moment holy only Buddha, Buddha Dharma. So this is because according to Buddhists, the Dharma, like Buddha's Dharma is reliable things. Like not only for High Lama's commentary, not only for Sangha's commentary, these Dharma only the Buddha's own world. So therefore, holy Dharma. We taking refuge, holy Dharma. And then last, the noble Sangha. This is really a little bit important. So the Sangha, we just using many different ways Sangha. But here, noble Sangha means this is meaning real according to Tibet text, transcendent person, completely. The real Sangha, what we taking refuge, Sangha. This Sangha is necessary need to transcendent. You understand?
Yes. But I think maybe more explanation would be good.
So now is here many ordinary lamas and Khenpos, Rinpoches, right? This is just for example, but not really object of the refuge. Like real Sangha or noble Sangha, Manjushiri, Chenem say, Tara, Vajasarva, all those are transcendent person or people. So we taking refuge in them, right? So ordinary monks or lamas, this is just a symbol, symbolize, example, right? The real object of the refuge, transcendent Bodhisattvas or Arhati. Whatever, like, it doesn't matter, regardless yanas, Hinayana or Mahayanas, necessary need to be transcendent. You understand?
Yeah, no, I think so. And it's also such a protection because if you're not paying devotion or taking refuge to a reliable source, and ultimately that's someone who has deep realization of emptiness, can be Shravaka, can be Pratyeka Buddha, can be Bodhisattva, but you have to have so you're taking refuge in something that is reliable and true and valid, because the mistake that can be made is that people start some sort of democracy idea that people start taking refuge in other worldly beings, and they're always going to be disappointed, and they're not on the path. So as much as that sometimes grates against our modern kind of idea, is so important to, rely on someone who can really help you.
Right, right. So because here we talking about refuge. Main purpose, we need to free from suffering, right? We need to free from samsara, right? We know, so we not need free from like temporary,
Right.
like today's lunch or dinner,
Right.
right? We need really completely free from suffering or samsara. Only for those who already transcendent, and they can help us, right? For ordinary people can help you like $100, $1,000, but they cannot help you free from samsara. So therefore, we need to take refuge. This is very serious things. What we taking refuge, right? For example, they give Shanda, no, Nagarjuna give example for two people going to the beach. They both don't know how to swim.
Right.
Right? And both into the jumping in the water.
Yeah.
And then they having problem, it's difficult. They cannot help each other. They both they don't know how to free from outside. The similar, we ordinary people, if you want to go to take refuge for other people, they cannot help you. Right? And the two people such like me, I don't know how to swim. In the ocean, if I'm really getting problem, I cannot help for other people. Then what do we need? The other side, someone really knows good at swimming, and they bring the side, the ocean. The similar, we need to take refuge, person who transcended. They can help us free from suffering. Right? So therefore, we every Sunday read these books, right? At least, I think so. Many of you are really wonderful practitioner. I believe in your house reading these things. Wherever you're going to read and you think, pray, you're taking refuge, noble sangha. When you read noble sangha means transcendent person. You ask them, please help me. And holy dharma means real Buddha dharma. Okay. Now clear, Pala.
Yeah, it is also, Khenpo, it sounds so simple in a way, taking refuge, transcendent source of refuge. But at the same time, there's so many, but it's so profound because there's so many pitfalls. I mean, people can have, for instance, just in whatever the circumstance is, they can actually have some very blissful experiences or things like this. But they don't realize that maybe these are things from past lifetime. There's great merit. Things can happen, but we can attach to whatever those circumstances are. And it isn't necessarily a circumstance that you want to take refuge in. So there are just many pitfalls, is what I'm saying. And I think one of the great things about the Buddha Dharma is that, you can see, it maybe even looks like off in the distance, you can see this great ocean and many, many mountains in between, and you can see, but you have that proper sight, so to speak, the proper confidence. And it's such a great blessing to have confidence in the Buddha Dharma and the path and all. But generally, there's so much that needs to be known because people don't know. We're not taught this way from the beginning, and people are just kind of attached to experiences and spirituality and all sorts of stuff, but there are just many, many pitfalls, is all I'm saying.
Okay, so today, I want to discuss some fundamental Buddhist framework.
Framework.
Everybody knows?
Yeah.
And key point.
Yep.
Right? So therefore, many people think the Buddhism is kind of religion.
Right.
And only important things, pray, go to Dharma Center, found a Buddha statue. And if I do pray today, maybe they little bit blessing me today. Happy. That's good enough. Many people think that way. Right? Because we have deep habitual tendency for religions. Right? Or patterns
of behavior.
So therefore, in brief, in general, how many different types or how many categories of the whole Buddhism? So only two things, Sutta and Tantra. Very easy, simple, really, if we keep in the mind, right? This is how to say overall distinguishing Sutta and Tantra. So where has come from the Sutta and Tantra? The both of Buddha's own words. That is called the Buddha's collective words.
Buddha's collected words.
Right? So those texts not created or not written by any ordinary people, even not transcendent person, people, not Manjushri's word, not Jeremsek, not any Nagarjuna's word. So Sutta and Tantra. And some Buddhist servers and transcendents or whatever, Nagarjunas or Indian master, Tibet master, writing down something Buddhism that is called what is called in Sanskrit?
Shastra.
Those are not Sutta, not Tantra.
Commentaries.
If someone see name of the Sutta or name of the Tantra, those texts definitely for sure Buddha's own word. You no need to think who wrote this one, when. That's for sure name, okay? Sutta and Tantra. So therefore, Sutta and Tantra. So then second question, what is topic Sutta and Tantra? What they talking about, Buddha? Right? So two objects, samsara and nirvana. You understand, Pala?
Yeah.
Huh?
I think.
No, we know the samsara and nirvana, right?
Yeah. Everybody knows.
It's object or subject? Right now, grammatically, we need to talk. Object or subject? Huh?
Talking about samsara.
Samsara and object.
Object.
So how Buddha explain the Sutra and Tantra to us? They're talking about, right, explain the Sutra and Tantra, situation of the samsara and the situation of the nirvana, or function. How is the function? What is this, essence of the samsara? And what is the situation of the samsaric and nirvana? They're talking about that. You understand or not?
I think so. Yeah,
Huh?
I think we
No,
understand.
I think so. Maybe not 100% sure, Bala. That means, right? Only but they're talking about the samsara, how to say, samsaric situation. Samsaric situation here, like about, for example, everything is impermanent, right? And everything is emptiness, right? And a suffering, the samsara. And nirvana is a peace, right? Permanent happiness and a joyful place. So then how we can get free from samsara and how far from samsara to nirvana, for example. And then where is road? Who will drive to get there? Something like that, right? So if we need to go to Hawaii, Bala, Hawaii?
Yes.
Hawaii is kind of holy place.
I think so. Better than Hollywood.
Right, right. In the many people in America talking about Hawaii, we need to go to there. And Alaska.
Alaska.
But whatever, I think so maybe Hawaii is a better place, really.
Everybody likes Hawaii.
Okay. So if we need to go to there, we need to think many different ways how to get there. Firstly, we need to make money. That's most important, right? And then we need to calculate, hotels like this, food like the lunch, dinner, okay, so many things, Coca-Cola, Fanta, so many different things, right? Of course, sometimes the beer or fancy food, and high restaurants, so many things. The similar, so if we need to go to nirvana, we need to prepare many different things. So then how to prepare, what need to prepare? Everything is in the sutta. Right? And the quality is nirvana. They're talking about like this. Therefore, the Buddha explained about how to say a situation of the samsara and the situation of the nirvana. Possession, qualities, whatever you want to say. Right, Pala?
I think so.
Okay, then Sutra and Tantra. So why we need to, the question is here, why we need to practice or study Sutra and Tantra? First, we need to know we have two different obscurations, right, Pala? What do we have? Which one? Two obscuration. Which one?
Klesha and Avaranas.
Obscurations.
Yeah, obscurations.
We have, each person has two different obscurations.
Yes. Emotional and
emotional obscuration and cognitive obscurations. Okay, that's for sure. So therefore, in brief, okay, pay attention and keep in mind. The sutta is an antidote of the emotional obscuration. Okay? And the tantra is antidote of cognitive obscurations. So that's for sure. That's easy, simple. So think which one we need to practice and study first. Right? Without eradicate the negative, how to say, emotional obscuration, you cannot be able to start to rid of the cognitive obscurations. Right?
Yeah.
That's for sure, right? Huh?
Yeah.
One thing, okay, I'm just beginning,
Yeah.
I told you, key point,
Yeah. That's wonderful, though.
okay? So therefore, first we need to practice like loving kindness, compassion, and altruistic intention.
Mhm.
Simple, easy.
Mhm.
And the day-to-day life, if you practice, definitely sure reduce your negative emotions, improves your positive thinking and thoughts. That's for sure, right?
Mhm.
So therefore, sutta is antidote of the emotional obscurations.
Obscuration. Yeah.
So then, now question: what is the obscurations?
Mhm.
Everybody knows. I told here many times already.
Mhm.
Just daily life with us, right? Ignorance. No need to introduce. Everybody has
Mhm.
anger, of course. Too much experience
Mhm.
and attachment,
Mhm.
jealousy, arrogant,
Mhm.
competitiveness,
Mhm. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And too much pride,
Mhm.
over pride, right? So those are called the emotional obscurations. So when you get anger, the anger obscured your mind.
Mm.
You don't see anything reality. Therefore, you're making mistake and doing wrong things, and then finally you get suffering. That is consequences, right? Everybody really need to rid of anger and attachment, right?
Mm.
So therefore, nobody interested to have these three things. Huh?
Yeah. Nobody wants those three poisons.
Nobody wants, right? So therefore, that means we need to eradicate completely. Then we get relaxed. And then we get enjoying, right? Then even you no need to have really, really good house. Under the tree, you very enjoy it. Because you already eradicated your three poisons to get suffering things. There's no cause of the suffering, you won't get any suffer.
Mm.
Right?
Mm.
So, how to say, sutta, in fact, sutta is antidote of the emotional obscuration, and tantrayana, antidote of cognitive obscurations. So now everything is clear, right, Paula?
I think so.
So would it be simplistic to say that sutta is where we are and how we got there?
What?
That sutta is where we are and how we got there.
Okay, I told just a minute. You practice loving kindness, this is a sutta. Practice compassion, this is a sutta. Practice altruistic intention, that is ultimate sutta. Huh? You no need to seek sutta as somewhere else.
Yeah.
That is a sutta. And that makes you reduce your negative emotions. And study for about interdependence. Study detail of the impermanence, right? And think and watch your mind and meditate on the selflessness of the person. This is main topic of the sutta.
Mhm. Mhm.
Huh? Maybe I don't know actually. Huh? Okay, then a little bit hard little bit hard to understand. They're cognitive obscurations. Many people, they don't really recognize, even not really can imagine, right? So I'll give you example, right? One thing, we don't know our previous life, right? Someone knows your previous life? Huh?
Maybe very rare people do, but no.
Right. And we don't know the next life. That's for sure. Right? I'm talking according to ordinary people. Okay? These two things, I give you example, it's called the cognitive obscurations. Okay? And also, we don't know what happened next month, next year. And in the future, what gonna be happen in our life. Nobody knows, according to ordinary people. That is called the cognitive obscurations. And then we have lots of doubt, hesitations, thinking in the future, and makes weird because just guess, right? And that's why we just daily talking with the people. I hope so. Next, I can be better life. I hope so. I can make more money. The world is, I think so. Maybe, perhaps, could be, should be. That means you don't have any confidence to be sure because we don't know. Just keep the hope or expectation and optimistic things. Right? So those situations we don't know, and it's called the obscurations. How to study there? Cognitive obscurations. Even we don't know what happened this afternoon. Nobody knows, right? We say scientist is wonderful, everything. That's true. Some part of scientists very wonderful. So many high lamas are wonderful. But nobody knows yet in the earthquake until after happened. And then after that, and the scientists say something, Lama say something tomorrow, blah, 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 day after tomorrow, 2 days later, one big earthquake is coming. They're talking, start what happened already, earthquakes. Right before nobody knows. Right? That's for sure, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere is happening, the earthquakes and fire damage. Nobody knows right before that. Because the cognitive obscurations, that is not called the emotional obscurations. Right? So we need to eradicate these kind of things. So what do we need to do? We need to study Tantra, Jnana, Secret Tantra. Start. Yeah, this is real, okay? So important, no. And then we really can be able to practice or study very well first. A second thing, contemplate both of them, and finally meditate on both of them. And then what happened? What is comes consequences is you become Buddha. That's all. When we take refuge, Bodhicitta vow, main purpose is I want to help for others. So therefore, I want to become the Buddha before completely entire helping for others. That is the definition of the Bodhicitta's vow. Bodhicitta practice is not really main purpose is you become the Buddha. because main purpose or main goal or main target, you need to help for others. Therefore, I want to become Buddha first, right?
Mm.
And once become the Buddha, I can help all sentient beings at the same time, right? So after Buddha, and then you really, really great vacation, firstly. And you no need to think, I need to help for others. The three things going, the helping others, right? I'm using the three words in English. Firstly, effortlessly.
Mhm.
Everybody knows, right?
Without effort. Yes.
Without effort. We need to make effort, right? And spontaneously,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And tirelessly. You never say, I'm tired today. Well, I need to take rest and coffee, and then we will see tomorrow.
Mm.
If you want to become the Buddha, 24 hours, 7. What is it?
24/7.
24/7.
All the time.
This is continuously, without interrupted,
Yeah.
non-stop. Whatever you do, therefore, I'm telling here, tirelessly.
Mm.
Years, also years, spontaneously, tirelessly, effortlessly helping others. That is called the power of the Buddha, blessing of the Buddha. Okay, 5 minutes, sorry. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo.
I am funny person, right? We have remember I stopped right there. Okay, we will talk later. Thank you very much. Break, short break.